up, YouTube? This is Jeff, a little bit of everything home services. Right now I am on my commercial job, and I am here at a bank, at a BB&T bank, where the complaint was the unit in the server room was not working. So and this is actually Mitsubishi unit. The original call I got, they said was a mini spec, and the company sent me out here, and it actually was the VRF, which I love to work on. And I told you I sent you some videos on the VRF system. So I'm going to show you a little bit about a VRF. I know there's a lot of information out there online, but I figured while I'm here, I might as well just go ahead and show you a little bit about what's going on. Okay, this is one of the type of R2 VRF units right here. Guys, if you're looking on the commercial side of the house, these are some of the things that you can be working on. And it's the VRF stands for variable refrigerant flow. And this is a Mitsubishi a city multi-unit. And it has the ability to cool and heat at the same time. So this outdoor unit has 6 indoor cassettes for this building. And these 6 indoor cassettes, they actually control each office, and then the server room and the break room, all these different areas in the bank. And also it has what you call a centralized controller that you can control everything from one location. You can hook up from one location. So the cool thing about these is earlier I was here and I hooked up with the computer before the bank opened. I took the cover off here. I took this cover off right here, and I hooked up to the system here so I could see everything and see what was going on before they opened up. You know, so once they opened, I went on the inside and hooked up to the centralized controller. The cool thing is you can hook up to the outdoor unit, you can hook up to the centralized controller, you can hook up to an individual indoor unit. Just look at these things. That's like super cool, man. I'm trying to tell you. So that's what I love about this. This is the thing that I love about the commercial side when you get to work on these, because I really enjoy it. So I'm going to take you on in and show you centralized controller. I'll show you one of the indoor cassettes. I'll show you climb up and show you the branch controller as well, the branch box. All right, YouTube, I am back, and all right, so if you look closely right over there, that's what you call your branch box controller. That right there, what I just showed you, the outdoor unit, runs to this branch controller, and then from this branch control right here, it runs to these individual units right here, ceiling units. As you can see, this one right here, each controlled area will have a indoor unit right here. You know, so that's the indoor unit for one of the offices over here. So, and there's 6 total of these indoor units, and 6 total controllers, what are also known as people call it thermostats, but they're called controllers. All right, so let's go to the IT room where one of the other cassettes is located, as well as the central controller, and show you what's going on there. Okay, I'm in the electrical room here, and this right here is the centralized controller, and I have the computer hooked up to the centralized controller. As you can see now, I could have hooked it up to the indoor cassette right here. Now, like I said earlier, that branch box that I showed you is running to an indoor cassette right here. So this is the air handler for this space right here. What you saw earlier in the ceiling was the air handler for that space.
So I could have hooked up right here where it says M1 and M2. I could have hooked the computer up there, or I could have hooked the computer, or instead of having to climb up here, I hooked it up to the centralized controller. And the centralized controller can see everything. Everything's connected within this building. So the overall complaint here, like I said, it was a power issue. So they actually need a part that I'm gonna have to order, but it's sustained right now. I was able to reboot and able to see it, but it's a continued problem that's gonna have to be fixed. But the cool part about here is you can see one thing about overall these systems is you can control everything right here from the computer. And right now, what I'm looking at right now is there are 6 indoor units for this system, for this building. There's 6 of them. Right now the unit's off because the thermostats are set for this. This one's is set for 72. It's in standby. It'll come back on in a minute. Set for 72. It's actually 73 in here, so it's about to come back on. And as you see, these are set for, these indoor units are set for 71, 71, 71, 71 in auto mode, and they're all satisfied at 71 right now. And this last one is at 70, so it's satisfied as well, so it's not going to come on. I'm going to make them all come on and run in what you call test mode. So I'm going to go to drive operations. I'm going to go to the IC here, and I'm going to put all of them in cool mode. See, this is the cool part that I like about this, to be able to do on this side of the house. You can get a chance to do both what you call controls and mechanical. So it's pretty neat. So I'm going to set it all. I want all of them to come on in test mode. So set all of them. I'm going to put all of them in test mode to make it run, and I'm going to put them all in cool for now. And I'm going to change the temperature down. Let's freeze them out a little bit and turn it down to 69. All right, and we'll turn the fan on low and transmit. Now it's going to transmit all that data that I just told it to do to the controller, to tell it what, to the outdoor unit, and the outdoor unit's going to tell everything what to do, because that's where the actual board is. The control board is on the outdoor unit. So I'm sending a message to the outdoor unit telling it that, hey, I want to put this in test mode. Yes, I want to put the whole building. Yes. Telling it I want to put it in test mode. So yes, I want you to do that, and that's what it's doing now. So it's checking all the addresses. Each indoor cassette, not just indoor cassette, but each indoor air handler is has its own particular address, as well as the outdoor unit. And okay, so that's what it was checking, those addresses. So let's close this out. And this cycles through per minute. Every 60 seconds it cycles through to tell you what's going on. So all right, so now it's showing that everything is in test mode. As you can see, all the indoor cassette, all the indoor units, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 are all in test mode. I have them all set for 69 degrees, all in cool mode, cooling. So right now it's saying that address number one is on cool, address number 2 is on cool, it's cool on. Everything else is still standby because it's telling it, the branch box, what to do. So it's still waiting, because they were all these, if you remember, they were in heat mode. These right here are in heat mode, so it has to switch over. Since I'm making it go to cooling, it's gonna take a minute. And this is the room that I'm in right now, and I've closed the door in here, so now this temperature's rise, so it's really going to do what I wanted to do in here. And that's, I can take, after I run all of them for a little while in test mode, I'm going to take them out and put them in normal mode, because this room will heat up with this door closed, so I can get a good sense of if the server room is actually cooling like it should, and make sure it doesn't go back into the fault that it was in, even though I already know. And you say, how do you know? Well, the cool part about these is, where is my iPad? I must have left it in the other room. I have to go back and get it. But you can look on the Mitsubishi site and you can see what the error codes, you know, this one's a error code 4250, which is a current, overcurrent error code. You know, so you can look it up and it tells you what the issue is. So that, I mean, that's what I really like about it. It's really what you call smart and user friendly. So techs out there, if you're thinking about, you know, on the fence between, you know, commercial and residential, and I mean, there's great things for both of them. You know, I like I said, I do both of you, seen other videos, and this is the part on the commercial side that I really enjoy, and I really enjoy starting these systems up. Because some of these systems, you see, this one has 6, but some that I start up have like 23 on one unit and 23 on another one, and you know, sometimes I may spend a week going through starting up a unit, fixing the issues or addressing the issues. So it's pretty cool. All right, but you get a good sense of what's going on. This one's still, these units are still in standby. They haven't came on yet. But nothing's fast when it comes to these. So I'm waiting to see basically when they'll come on, and if there is a problem. If they're not coming on, that is a problem. Put them in test mode and they don't come on, that's another issue. So that's why putting it in test mode is going to tell me what's going on with the overall system itself. And I can also see right here, you can see what the superheat is or the subcooling is, depending on what mode it's in. If it's in cooling mode, it's going to be superheat. If it's in heat mode, it's going to be subcooling. And I'm just curious as to temp coming out of here. Let's take a look here. Let's see. Let's close this. 65. That could be much better. So, yeah, that's not that great right there. It should be 55-degree air coming out of there. Yeah, 64. So there are some other underlying issues going on as well. There we go, 61, 62. Oh, 61. That's still not ideal, but I'm going to keep monitoring. There we go. All right, see, everything's in cool mode now. Everything's in test, everything's in cool. Let it run and see what the superheat does here to make sure everything's looking okay. But anyway, all right, I'm not gonna blab on here. I just wanted to do a quick video to show you a little bit about the VRF systems. There are bigger VRF systems, very refrigerant flow Mitsubishi units, and then there are smaller ones. So I just wanted to show you today one that has the indoor units hooked up to it, a branch controller hooked up to it, a centralized controller hooked up to it, and of course the outdoor unit. And this has a variety of ceiling cassettes and wall cassettes. This is considered a wall cassette. What you saw earlier was a ceiling cassette. All right, YouTube, appreciate you checking in. Have any comments, go ahead and put them down there in the link. You know, please feel free to leave comments, you know, questions. You can also put things that you would like to see, anything. And I'm open. I appreciate your time. Have a blessed day.